everybody, and welcome to another installment of Personal Trainer Reacts to Beachbody Coaches Sharing Their Workouts. My name is Brianna. I am a certified personal trainer, a big, huge biology nerd, and a registered dietitian to be. As I just mentioned, today we're going to be taking a look at a few more Beachbody coaches who are sharing their workouts with the world. As usual, most of these people are not fitness professionals. One of them actually is, which is alarming. So yeah, get ready for some awkward eye contact and some terrible form as these coaches walk us through a few weird, crazy workouts. Before we continue, if you love science-based health, wellness, and fitness education with some lulz along the way, please do some sexy things with that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Did my sexy eyes sell you to subscribe? No? Alright, you should sub anyway. So this first video we are going to watch, I cannot proceed without giving credit to the person who sent this to me in my DMs. This person actually sent me a couple exercise videos from this one same Beachbody coach, and they're all equally horrifying. I'm only gonna show one of them though. Honestly, I can probably save all the rest of them for other videos. So I'm sure you're probably watching this, so shout out to you. Thank you so very much for sending me this stuff. Before I show the clip, I just wanna say, I had some reservations about showing this clip because she looks so ridiculous doing this exercise. It felt like we were making fun of her. It is absolutely not my intent, and it's never my intent to ridicule anyone with this series. The point of this series is to educate you guys on proper exercise technique and to just demonstrate that Beachbody coaches are not fitness professionals, okay? You know that's always my intent with this series. Ultimately, you know, this is an education channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and show it, and I guess just please be nice. I don't know how or why I forgot to mention this right here while I was recording this video, but this is the Beachbody coach who is a fitness professional. According to her Instagram profile, she is a yoga and group X instructor. I don't talk about it much here, but you will hear me bring it up in the outro. So when I bring it up in the outro, at least, you know, now you have some context. All right, here we go. It's a short clip. Okay, enough of that. Let's break this down. She's sitting down into a squat. The kind of squat she's doing, I would call that a sumo squat. And then she has a resistance band around her wrist and she's kind of doing this thing. I don't understand the point of that. I really don't. All that other stuff is, you know, it is what it is. But what I really need to highlight is how she's pulling the resistance band down behind her head like that. I'm not really as mad at the other stuff as much as I am mad at what she's doing with the resistance band. I would say that the exercise she's mimicking is a lat pull down, or, you know, a lat pull down, as suggested by the name, targets the latissimus dorsi muscle as well as some other secondary muscles as well, but primarily they target the lats. Typically, when you're performing a lat pull down, you're pulling the weight down to your chest in the front of you. Sometimes you may see people pull the weight down behind their head, kind of like how she was doing here. Most personal trainers do not recommend this. I say most because I have actually encountered other personal trainers who will have their clients do this or themselves do this. However, most fitness professionals recommend against performing the exercise this way. The reason for that is because by doing so, you're putting your shoulder in a really awkward position and you could really damage your shoulder that way over time. Another fitness professional in the comments may argue that, well, if you do it with light weight, it's not that bad. My take on that is, yes, you can do it with light weight and it's not as bad, but it still poses a risk, so why even do it? It's an exercise to help develop your lats. There are plenty of other exercises you can do to help develop your lats without putting your shoulders at risk for damage. You know, I just don't think that this exercise is worth the risk for, you know, a few sets of muscle stimulation. I just don't. I will now demonstrate for you guys a cable lat pull down. Alright guys, here I am in the gym performing a standard lat pull down. I've got a wide grip going. What's important to note here is I am pulling with my elbows, not my arms. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together, and I am arching my back, which is necessary to activate your lats, but you don't want to arch your back too much because that takes the work off of your lats. Okay, so the next video we're going to take a look at is, again, a Beachbody coach. I mean, they're all Beachbody coaches. Do I really need to give that introduction every time? I don't think I do. Let's just watch the video. Okay, so the exercise she is performing or attempting to perform is a single arm bent over dumbbell row. The way she's doing it, one arm at a time, would be called unilateral training because you are training one side at a time as opposed to both sides at the same time. Like the last exercise, this is an excellent one to develop your back muscles. You feel this firing in your lats quite a bit, as well as even your abdominals as well. So she is not doing them very good. She's twisting her torso like crazy, so by the time she gets the weight up, her lats aren't even really doing anything. She's just using the momentum of twisting. I'm watching it again down here. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. So by the time the weight gets to a certain point, she's not using her lats to pull it up. All she's doing is just twisting it, just twisting her torso and just, you know, just turning it to turn it. Like, it's not working the muscle it's supposed to be working. I don't even think it's working anything. But hold on, wait, I have to try that. That was me beta testing an exercise. I don't think we've done that yet. Yeah, she's not doing this right. Like I said, she's doing way too much twisting of her torso. She's essentially just letting the momentum of her twisting her torso move the weight. She's not actually putting the weight on her lats. She needs to keep her upper body facing the floor while pulling the weight in and keeping her elbows to her sides. I will now demonstrate for you guys how to correctly execute a single arm dumbbell bent over row. Alright, here I am performing this exercise correctly. I am bent over at about a 45-degree angle. I'm keeping my chest to the floor, my abdominals tight, and my elbows in by my sides. So here's another variation of the exercise. Same rules apply as before, the only difference is I have one arm supported. Okay, so this next clip is somebody trying to perform squats, and she is not doing like the best job at it. Let's watch. Okay, so like I said, the exercise she is attempting to perform are squats. Squats are a simple yet extremely effective exercise to train pretty much the entire leg complex, quads and glutes specifically. Your back is getting involved, your entire core is getting involved. That includes your back and even your abdominals. Squats are just an all-around excellent exercise to have in your routine, but it's really important to do them right, because if you go wrong with squats, you can really get messed up. She's got like the fundamental motion down, but the thing we have to highlight here is the fact that she is bringing her heels up off the ground as she squats down. So she needs a lot of adjustments. So your heels coming up off the ground like that when you squat is not good. That's not supposed to happen. That can be indicative of a lot of things. Some of those things include muscular imbalances, or she's leaning too far forward. If she continues squatting this way with incorrect form, then this can actually over time lead to more muscle imbalances, because what could eventually happen is the muscles that are supposed to be working to help her do the squat correctly are taking a back seat, and then other muscles that don't typically work will step in, and that will kind of almost, I mean, that sends, it's kind of like a chain reaction of imbalances. Like, it starts from the bottom and it can work its way all the way up. So she definitely needs to correct this very, very soon. If the issue is muscular imbalances, this can be corrected with lower body stretches, specifically ones that target the calves and the hamstrings, as well as her practicing squatting with with an assisted variation, like squatting against the wall with a stability ball, or using a Smith machine, or squatting on a box. In the meantime, it's my opinion that she should not be doing basic squats like this. You will sometimes see people in the gym, like experienced lifters, put a little bit of an elevation at their heel. Like I do this sometimes. You grab a weight plate, like a small one, like a 2.5 or 5 pound weight plate, and while I'm squatting, I put it underneath my heels. This is not the same thing. This girl is squatting on her toes. Now, me squatting with my heels elevated, resting on a surface, is not the same thing. Whenever you squat with your heels slightly elevated while resting on a surface, that actually sends the body forward a little bit more and puts more work on your quads. So if you ever see somebody in the gym squatting with their heels slightly elevated like this, intentionally, they're trying to put emphasis on a different part of the muscle as they squat. I will now demonstrate for you guys how to properly execute a squat, and for this demonstration I will probably be using the Smith machine. Alright, so the Smith machine was actually taken, so the squat rack it had to be.
As you can see, I am squatting with my feet slightly wider than hips width apart. My chest is up, I'm facing forward, and I'm sitting all the way down into my squat, getting my thighs past parallel with the ground for a complete squat. At the top, the rest of my hips forward, and I'm clenching my glutes. And right here you can see this is how your feet are supposed to look when you're squatting. Heels stay flat on the ground. So if your issue is muscular imbalances, here is one of many calf stretches that you can do to kind of help loosen up those muscles. That'll help you perform that squat better. And then here's another exercise that'll help you develop those muscles as well. I'm doing a pistol squat. I'm holding the bar for a little bit of extra balance, nothing wrong with that. If you need some support, just grab onto something sturdy to help you out with this as well.
So this next video clip we're going to look at is somebody doing something that we have seen before in this series. And that's basically just Beachbody coaches, or whatever the program is, trying to combine a whole bunch of exercises and make them into one exercise. My fundamental issue with this is that it's just far too complex, and the more exercise you add into one big combination exercise, you're increasing your risk of injury. This is a really short clip. It's only about 10 seconds, so I actually think I'm going to run through it twice for us so we can kind of get like a decent idea of what we're looking at. So here we go. Okay, so there was a lot going on there, like a lot. So I already mentioned that I do not like the fact that so many of these Beachbody workouts try to combine so many exercises into one just like cluster of an exercise, especially when there's no one there to explain form to them. You can be doing a lot of stuff wrong. For example, she was doing upright rows. That was when she was bringing the weight up here. I think we have talked about upright rows before. You don't need to go that high. It's similar to what I was saying before about pulling, when you're doing a lat pull down, pulling the weight behind your head. Both put your shoulders in a compromising position, and you can really damage your shoulders if you don't do these exercises correctly. So she was just going way too high on her upright rows. You guys, there's nothing wrong with pairing multiple exercises together to make like a combination exercise, but you can't just pick 5 completely different exercises and throw them together and just make it work. I will now demonstrate for you guys an exercise that's not completely stupid.
So here is that compound exercise. I'm using a set of dumbbells, and this exercise targets my biceps and my lateral deltoids, that's my shoulders. I'm just coming up into a hammer curl, and one with my elbows still bent, raising up into a lateral delt raise.
In this next clip, we're gonna shift gears a little bit. I realize that I don't wanna just sit here and be dumping all over people. Not that that's ever my intent with these videos. I don't wanna just sit here and tell you how terrible all these coaches are at their job. I wanna give credit where it's due. And I will with this video. While I was perusing Instagram looking for content for this video, I actually came across this Beachbody coach, and she was sharing some exercises, and they actually weren't half bad. So I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna screen record these and I guess use her as an example. It's a short clip, it's only about 20 seconds, but she's doing multiple exercises in one. So here we go. Okay, so let me break down the exercises she was doing real quick. What's funny is a couple of these exercises that she is doing, we saw some other coaches doing these. So the first one she's doing here is this is really first quick one is a rear delt raise. And then the next one, see, she's doing a bent over dumbbell row. Remember the first Beachbody person we saw? She was doing, I mean, it's the same exercise, but the difference just here is that she's doing, instead of training unilaterally, she's pulling both arms up at the same time. This is how you were supposed to do a bent over dumbbell row. So she's actually doing these right. And then this third one, she looks like she's doing a hammer curl. Okay, so, you know, that wasn't too bad. I want to give credit where it's due. I'm glad she's executing these exercises correctly so that she doesn't hurt herself and thus does not teach other people to hurt themselves. We got to round back around to the ultimate point here. There was nothing indicating on her page that she is a fitness professional. She is still just a Beachbody coach. So while I'm very glad that she is performing these exercises correctly and safely, at the end of the day, she's still not a fitness professional. It's one thing watching her doing these exercises. It's another thing watching her kind of explain to somebody how to execute these exercises. There it is. I'm giving credit where it's due, but at the same time, I can't ignore the fact that, you know, I am not a fan of Beachbody and all of its coaches because they're not professionals. So I just have to put that out there. So for this last video, I have brought on my husband. For those of you who don't know, this is my husband, Ace. He has not yet been featured on this series on my channel. He's been on my channel, but not in this series. And the reason I wanted to feature him is because this next video clip we are about to watch is about something that I am not super familiar with. Now, Ace is actually also a certified personal trainer. We are both certified in with NASM, NASM. While his specialty is not in, like, I don't think that there's like a NASM boxing specialty. No, I don't think there is.
Done a lot of boxing though.
Yeah, he has a lot of experience with boxing, and this next person is a Beachbody coach who is performing a boxing exercise that she says it's in one of the rounds of some, I don't know, one of the workouts, one of the programs. And to me, it didn't look right. I showed it to Ace and he was like, yeah, she's doing that all f***ed up. So I wanted to bring him on so that he could kind of take the reins on this video. Say hello to the people.
Yo, what's up? My name is Ace. I've been boxing for quite a while, about 10 years now. Very much into combat sports, as well as, you know, the traditional lifting.
Okay, here we go.
I don't like that she's telegraphing a lot.
What does
So
that mean?
you can see telegraphing is when you're telling that you're about to punch. You're telling your opponent you're about to throw. It's usually in the shoulders. What a lot of brand new people do, they'll do that a lot. Let's see that one more time. Especially that step. You don't want to move that slow. When she steps over that, like at the beginning, she needs to go a little quicker and keep the hands up. So I always say this, right? Your hands are steel. You got big magnets right here. They need to stay there the whole time. Right here or right here.
The point is you have to make attempts to protect your head at all times.
Yes, absolutely. And chin. When she first comes in, she drops her hands immediately. She does that step. It's not. They need to stay right here. Every time you throw a punch, it needs to mimic that same thing, right? So when you're throwing it, then you'll get knocked out, right?
Tell him to keep it simple, and he's getting really excited about it.
Yeah, no, I get deep dive into it. So.
Okay. All right, thanks, babe. So, do you think that you could demonstrate for the people just like a really simple, emphasis on simple for this guy, simple but effective, quick boxing drill?
Quick boxing drill? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, great. No, not now. Come here. We're gonna record it later. Ace will now demonstrate for you guys an effective and correct boxing drill.
All right, guys, here we go. So we're gonna keep the hands either over the temple or the chin. So there it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jab, cross, hook, hook, duck underneath. Keep the head movement going. There's a little bit faster, duck underneath again. Always keep it moving. Boom. You can switch it up as well. You don't have to go exactly in this order. Boom, boom. Always ducking underneath, keeping the heart rate up. Now look at the feet, right? You're not just gonna stand still. You're not gonna stand still. You're gonna throw a 1, you're gonna turn on the balls of your foot. Boom, 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 boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always sticking at the balls of your feet, turning, turning. Now keeping the chin tucked, keeping the hands up, keeping it moving, under, under. 1, 2, 3, 4 with the under, under.
Okay, let's wrap this up, you guys. Once again, as always, Beachbody coaches are not real fitness professionals. Many of them don't have a background in it, and it's not required to have a background in it when you want to become a Beachbody coach. Too many of them are out there having no idea what they're doing. They're giving out terrible nutrition advice and guidance, but now we have them demonstrating exercises, ridiculous exercises that are incorrect and dangerous. And then you have the occasional certified personal trainer being a Beachbody coach, which I think is absolutely deplorable, because this gives the Beachbody company more ammo to be able to look legit when really they're not. And if you are a certified personal trainer out there who also calls himself a Beachbody coach and you're recommending Shakeology to your clients, stop. Don't do that. It's completely unprofessional for you to be trying to recruit your clients into a business that is not a pyramid scheme, but a whole lot like one. On top of that, you are endorsing a company that allows anyone and everyone to call themselves a coach or a fitness professional when no credentials or background education are required. You're undermining and devaluing yourself as a fitness professional. I've said this before and I will keep saying it, just because you bought the starter pack doesn't make you a coach. All right, so if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please, as usual, like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hey, Zeus. Hey, big boy. Who is gonna be a good baby and sit with mama? Okay. Zeus, you wanna tell everybody how good of a boy you were at the vet yesterday? Zeus! Don't leave me! He's gone. They all left me. Oh, he's bringing you his toy. Hey, baby. What is up with you guys abandoning me right now? Oh, I didn't even see you back there. Bye, baby. Yes.
Yes, baby.